Yeah, I'll admit it. I didn't know what to play today, so I was just on Twitter last night and I saw a tweet on my For You page algorithm that said this is Jerma anytime he plays a puzzle game. And it was Joe Biden trying to put together a two-piece puzzle with a smiley face. And then there was a little speech bubble that said, like, oh, if you think it's so easy, then why don't you do it? And I was scrolling through the replies, and I was like, what game did he play? And then it's a physics based puzzle game where you draw shapes in order to get a ball to move the way you need it to go. That sounds fun. That sounds fun for me. Sounds annoying. Sounds fun. I gotta say, it's a lot of pressure. People are like, oh, I can't wait for the stream today. I hope he plays Isaac. There's a lot of anecdotes. I got me just sitting here in my house hoping that people will enjoy the content, reading the comments. Oh, I can't wait to hear all the anecdotes. Meanwhile, the anecdotes are like the table of 8 next to us on the cruise. Every single person ordered like 4 iced teas a night and then added their own sugar packets to it. And I thought, like, that's just like too much. I feel like life is trying to kill you anyway. Like, you don't need to meet it halfway. That's it. That's all I got. Southerners for sure. There's nothing wrong with that. I will say though, being on a Disney cruise is basically like being on a boat that is, say, like Louisiana. I don't know if it's I maybe is Louisiana the most southern state? I'm trying to think. Is Mississippi, I mean, I'm not talking about latitude, longitude. I'm talking about symbolic embodiment of the culture. Florida, with all due disrespect to Florida, I feel like Florida is partly the American South and partly its own cultural entity. Like, there is like Floridian culture. It has like Miami, Orlando. I mean, I guess Louisiana does too with New Orleans, but I also feel like Miami is like a I don't know how to describe this. New Orleans is like a southern city. Miami is not a southern city. Miami's like a world city. People come there from all over the world. People move there from other parts of the United States to make a life. Whereas I feel like in New Orleans, people go there to like party a little bit and then come back and say, have you ever been there? And I say no. And they say, you don't need to go. And I say, really? And they say, the food is great. The beignets, the po' boys, the gumbo, etc., etc. But I don't know. The city itself as a tourist, I guess, is not the best. Everybody seems to say the same thing. To make a life's a weird way to say retiring. Brother, who the hell's retiring in Miami? Jeff Bezos, maybe. I think if you're a Canadian, then you go retire in Florida. You go retire in, like, I don't know, a city I've never heard of that's probably like called Key Major. People retire in Miami? Really? Boca Raton! That's it. Boca Raton. Population is 97,000. It's home to the Gumbo Limbo Nature Center, a butterfly garden, and a turtle sanctuary. Well, isn't that nice? Boca Raton Museum of Art has modern and contemporary American and European collections. Here I was thinking that it was just contemporary. It turns out it's modern and contemporary? Well, now. Also, I've been told, Apollo, is this true? I've been told not to play Friends versus Friends because people got too cracked. Honestly, it's fucking, like, confusing to be on a cruise for a week and not have any internet access except, like, when you get to a small Alaskan town. So, apparently, E3 was last week and I didn't notice. And then Twitter is, of course, basically essentially useless now. So, I'd get to Juneau, Alaska, and then I'd load up Twitter, and then the tweets were just like... These millennial motherfuckers are still tweeting like it's Twitter 2017. Like, you can just add no context to your tweet and everyone knows what you're talking about because you're in, like, chronological timeline. That's not how it works anymore. Your shit's gonna get surfaced completely devoid of context for somebody else 22 hours later. So I get a bunch of tweets that come up in my For You algorithm. 30 FPS? I don't know what happened. They find out people that I thought had, like, good brains were tweeting about Starfield, of all things. 30 FPS? Oh, 30 FPS. Oh, no. How 30 frames per second? How about how many good gameplay moments per hour will there be? Less than 30 in my opinion. I don't know. I've never even seen, like, a trailer. I think I saw a teaser in 2014? 2016? Is the Costco subreddit offline? Well, I picked a great week to go away. Everybody lost their minds. Twitch decided to self-destruct and then walk it back. There were 17 different E3 conferences, and Reddit blew up itself. And now we got the most popular stream on the platform is a man from New Zealand playing American baseball. The most popular game on the platform is Dark Souls, but with Pinocchio. Like, you guys really get... I expected someone to step up in my absence. Instead, I came back like Troy with the pizza on fire. Wait, the house is on fire. The pizza's totally fine. Anyway. /marker Q Remastered. I know what you're thinking. NL, why are you playing this again? You played so much of it earlier. I don't think you need to go back to the well. Well, they remastered it. They remastered it, okay? I'm just joking. I've never played this before. This is a puzzle game where you have to get a ball to touch a wall or do so to get somewhere, and you have to draw shapes in order to make it happen. You use your mouse to draw shapes. I've heard it compared to mobile game ads that are like, you need to, you know, pull out like a pin so that the man gets the gold treasure, but without lava falling onto his head. What's crazy for me is that I didn't realize until like yesterday that those ads, like the thing that they do is they make the puzzle so easy that you're like, oh, this idiot can't solve it. I'm compelled to download the game. I've been watching those ads like, what pin do they pull? I don't understand. Like, well, I know you don't pull the pin that has the lava on top of it when it's right over the dude's head. Like, that's a gimme. But then when people are like, oh, you drop the sand first below the lava, then you drop the lava, I'm like, really? By the way, I know we're getting sidetracked here. Sorry, it's my first stream back. I'm out of practice. I've lost my muscle memory. Lava or lava? I remember the way I used to say it, everybody made fun of me. Lava. Lava. I definitely used to say lava. And as usual, my audience, largely consisting of Americans from towns with 600 people who all talk exactly the same as them, said, what the hell are you talking about? Lava. What the hell? We're all from Boca Raton? Featuring the Boca Raton Museum of Art, which features both modern and contemporary art from American and European collections. By the way, I'm definitely not gonna tweet with the hashtag Q did it. So you can just go ahead and like remove that from the screen. Have I missed the Baby Gronk discourse? Well, can I tell you, like, someone said, I need your reaction on this drama, and it was just a tweet that was like, Baby Gronk getting rizzed up by someone else whose name Livy rizzed up Baby Gronk. Yes, thank you. I have no idea what it means. I did manage with the limited cruise data. I did manage to see Baby Gronk is a 10-year-old social media influencer who plays youth football. He's the #1 college football prospect. What are you talking? He's 10 years old. He averages 5 touchdowns a game. Yeah, but like against 10-year-olds, right? Create a ramp? What do you mean create? Oh, wait, forget creating a ramp. You silly individuals. What if I just create a box and then add a little ramp to the end of it. I see your point. Okay. So we'll draw a ramp then. That's what they said, is draw a ramp. And I think they're absolutely right. Then Hey! There you go. Just give it a little push, man. There you go. Look, we built a car. We've invented the wheel. Draw another ramp. It's gonna work. You just need to have some patience. It should work. Well, listen, okay? There you go! Let's go!
You can't keep getting away with it!
Apollo, you recognize this? Looks like the iron from Monopoly. Why everyone's saying Lamau like I was doing like a double entendre? It looks like a Monopoly piece. He was playing Monopoly yesterday. What was that? What did you think? I hate when people do that. When people are like, see what it looks like? Does that remind you of anything? And then people are like, I get it. And then you're like, tell me what it is. And they're like, oh, you don't know? You don't know? And then inevitably someone's like, it's a butt plug. And you're like, no, it's fucking not. Butt plug looks like a piece of rock candy or something like that. This doesn't look like, this looks like a damn, it looks like a pot that you inherit from your ex-landlord or something like that. You know, you get the pot from your landlord, but like when you pick up the handle, it's like barely still screwed on to the cooking vessel. Raise Alex. Isn't that his father's job? I'm not... I think I raised them. Holy cow. I'm not the stepdad. I'm the dad who stepped up. By the way, you ever want to see the real dynamics of a family? Day 4 of a Disney cruise, everybody's happy. They're going to see the golden Mickeys, okay? It's easy to be a happy family in that moment. You want to see the real family dynamics? Wait till they call you to breakfast at 6:45 a.m. on the final day, and you got to bring all your luggage and get all 6 of your kids ready. And then you finish breakfast, they kick you out of the restaurant, and you wait 90 minutes in the front lobby until they call your luggage tag. And everyone is just... It's my impression, it's not an American thing. This is my impression of everybody whenever there's a lineup for anything. Why are there so many people here? Is this the lineup for the thing that we all have to be here for? And then you say yeah, and then they go, okay. And then inevitably, despite the fact that they have no expertise on the subject matter at all, they go, oh, this isn't right. If I ran this, it wouldn't go like this. I understand that this is a cruise company and they do this 7 days a week, 365 days a year. But just from a first glance, I think this system is all messed up. I don't want to brag. We were in line to see one of the fucking characters. I don't even remember. I think it was Minnie Mouse. We're in line to see Minnie Mouse. There was a family behind us. There was a dad, a grandpa, and a son. And they were just talking about how, like, why does the Minnie Mouse line take so long? If I ran the Minnie Mouse line, everybody would just get like 20 seconds with Minnie Mouse. And then, like, they would get the line whipping so fast. Brother, is the point to get through the line? Or is the point for, like, your fucking 4-year-old kid to get a minute to talk to Minnie Mouse and take a photo and have, like, the best day of their life? It's not like you get through the line and you're like, whoa, what was our time, brother? That was crazy. It's so the little kids can spend time with Minnie Mouse. And then this dude behind me, we're on the atrium overlooking like the lobby. In the lobby, there's like 3 Disney princesses that are taking pictures with all the kids. So you go see Cinderella, then you go see Tiana, then you go see Rapunzel, okay? They were looking down there and they were like, holy cow, only Rapunzel is still down there. I wonder why. And then the grandpa was like, yeah, I guess she's new here. She must be the lowest on the totem pole. Brother, she's just the last princess in line. When you go see them in sequence like that, inevitably, the third princess in the line is going to be the last princess to be there because all the ones that came to her took photos before. You didn't see at the front, she was also the last to get to work. Sorry, I should be raising Alex, you're right. I worked at Disneyland. All the mascot characters speed ran through Cinderella. What does that mean, though? They speed ran through Cinderella. It doesn't mean what my animal brain tells me it means, right? I did have the thought on the cruise, because, you know, you're seeing all this, like, you know... Listen, for all the Disney hate, they have produced some bangers, right? I mean, come on, Snow White in 1937, that's a banger. Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, like the animated movies, those are bangers. Little Mermaid, they had a golden era. But we need a cool Cinderella. You know what Baz Luhrmann and John Leguizamo did for Romeo and Juliet? Okay, I've launched you out of the map, Alex, sorry. They need to do that for Cinderella. There needs to be a fucking Cinderella with, like, gun kata in it or something like that to make it cool. Because Cinderella's, like, so fucking boring. Oh, I hate my life. Magic, magic. This man's gonna fix me, right? Like, you need to modernize the story. And the worst part is they remade it, like, 4 years ago, right? But they just made it boring again. He's raised, Alex! They need to make a cool Cinderella. What if you made a right angle triangle? And then your platform went like this. Wait a minute, I'm a genius! And surely, if I drop a dense enough ball on this side, one of these little buckshots is going to make it up to the top, right? Not so much. Okay, I have an idea. Fulcrum, it doesn't need to be a perfectly balanced teeter-totter. And then make like a fucking satchel. The Big Dipper. Yeah! People in chat are like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then just drop like a little Andy in one of these. And then the tallest square you can build. We're so back. I think you're right. What about a bigger lever? Someone says square fulcrum. I didn't even... Did you pass 6th grade physics? You can't have a square fulcrum. It has to be a triangle, right? Right? You can? What the hell? Tall fulcrum. Tall fulcrum. Sorry. Long ass lever arm. This shit's just gonna fall over, dude. I'm back. Ah! Even as it did it, I was like, that's not how you do it. I want to make a ramp that allows me to drop a fucking boulder down the ramp where it generates enough momentum to just smash into it right here and knock it over. I don't know if this ramp is stable enough right now, but it's the theory's there. Oh! Okay, try a little... Maybe a little lower. And then, drop like a... Oh! What I was thinking is when you like trip somebody in elementary school, you put your foot behind their foot first so that when you push them, they fall over. And now I'm like, I finally get it. I was gonna put like a little foot behind them so that the thing fell over better. Make the ball touch the red area. Bro, this is like the easiest thing of all time. Drop a fucking triangle on it. Oh! Wait. Shit almost worked too. You saw it. Wait. Oh! Big boulder. Big boulder that rolls down will knock it over for sure. Oh! Let's go! Sight read. It's perfect. And then give me pizza strat. Does pizza still work on other circles? Oh, it works. It works. Oh. We can still do this. This is a great song. Oh! 110. We take those? Okay. Yeah. I got it. It's fulcrum. But I want you to not like fall. I want there to be a big stick. And then I'm going to hit the fulcrum and the stick is going to go bonk. And it's going to push it off. Make it a square. Alright, the old square fulcrum. And technically, I guess it's a rectangle, but I'll forgive your mistake. And then I want this to be stable. So we'll make it a right angle triangle. Oh. Wait. This'll work. It can't not work. Triangular Andy. Why is the fulcrum so tall? Then the next message, why are you making it so low? What are you, they can't even decide. Just put something in the middle. That's gonna make, if I put it in the middle, it's gonna make it stronger. It's gonna, this thing's gonna become like the CEO of tension. Tall stick right here. Yeah! Oh! I never should have let you doubt me! I'll take 90 on that one. I don't think we deserved it. It should be more like this. It should be a square fulcrum. And then a hook style. To send him more straight up. And then an even heavier weight. I knew it. I mean, he's still going, man. Can we get 70? 68? I'll take that. 50! Oh, it's out. It's not in. It's out. Oh, you know what? Yes! 90! I got an idea, okay? What if we made the floor like a ball pit? Then the floor will react dynamically to the physics of the cup flipping over. That's probably too many, but that's okay. So when this flips over, these balls will come... I think we need more on this side. These balls will slide underneath to make floor underneath the cup. Yes. And get them really stacked into the crevasse there. Okay, then belly hook. Send them. Yes! The timing, dude, the timing was so good. Let me think about it for a second. Oh, I remember how we did this. Get owned. Now go for speed. It's not going to be 0 IQ. What? This is like... How is this 0 IQ? This should be like 200 IQ. More objects is less IQ?
He can't keep getting away with it. He won't.
Oh, I guess we should stop building the space shuttle out of a lot of little components then, and just build it out of like one solid sheet of aluminum. Just origami a fucking space shuttle. Oh, no, sorry, no, my mistake. It could also just mean that the people who work at NASA are stupid. Hey, Mad Dog Nation, thank you for the gifted subscriptions as well. Thank you, thank you. We're gonna get this done, okay? This is gonna work. Hello, Daniel. Thank you for the raid. We're playing a physics game today. It's called the Q Remastered. I'm kind of incredible at it, if I had to guess. Check this out, okay? You ready for this? You think this will work? See, this looks like a glitch in the Matrix to me. How does that not work? If this was a video game, the force that this is applying to the circle would cause the sphere to compress, and then it would go like... And then it would shoot out of the top. This is a video game? Yeah, but it's coded too well. Like, it's coded like real life. Oh! What's the point of the timing? What do you think the point of the timing is, brother? IQ 200, probably? Whatever. What about this? That doesn't make sense. What you're suggesting doesn't make sense. Wait a minute. No, 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 it does. Watch this. Hey! Now we just need to do that, but opposite. That's the same? There's your problem. No, it's the opposite? No, it's the same. Okay. Why aren't you working? The analogy I'll use is when I get something wrong and then people say you almost had it. It's like if I asked you who sang I Want to Dance with Somebody. And then you said, oh, there's no doubt that's Donna Summer. And I said, oh, like you're almost there. You're not almost there. You're wrong. It's the only way that I can make the analogy make sense. Like, I'm trying to put you inside of my own brain. You're like, you almost have it. In my head, there isn't like a progression for this. There's not I'm not a sculptor where there's a block of marble and like, I'm like one nose away from completing Michelangelo's David, right? I'm I'm sculpting, and I was supposed to make a sphere, but it's not a sphere. It's something else. We gotta start with a new block of marble. It's not a -2. It's a bit, or it's not a bit, I should say. So what's the? Instead of telling me you almost got it, which is not helpful, just tell me it's Whitney Houston. What's the Whitney Houston of this puzzle? A left-facing ramp in the right corner. Okay, I have a question for you, Ligma Super Spreader. What is the face of a ramp? Because I don't see eyes or a nose. Left-facing ramp in the right corner, and then hold the dot next to the cup. Okay. Left-facing, and which one's the right corner? Top right or bottom right? Why would there be a ramp top right? I don't know. That's what. Why would Donna Summer have sang "I Want to Dance with Somebody"? That's what I'm trying to tell you. She didn't. Exactly. a right-facing ramp. Sorry, a left-facing ramp in the right corner. Okay. And then a dot next to. It's so crazy to me that this looks so much worse. But if this is the first step, let me now see what... Oh, I see. Never mind. This looks really good. You just catch it and then you drop the ball down here. Okay. Well, like, I didn't quite get it, but I get the idea now. Good point. Okay. Oh, I see. That's pretty good. Make the second ball a line. That doesn't seem right to me. That doesn't seem right to me. Never mind. It's really good. Everybody in chat who made fun of that person, apologize. You're incorrect. The second ball being a line was the solution. Apologize to that person in chat. They had it figured out. I'm just going to hit it with another one. I'm going to drop one more. Honestly, I think I'm going to drop another one. It's making it. Let's go. I'll take an 80, honestly. Let me see my IQ results. Meathead. I would take that, honestly. I think I can't even be too upset, honestly. I think it's fair to say that my comprehension is pretty low. The ability to understand where to apply force to control the position and angle of an object. Yeah, I'd say that's on the low side. Insight. Wise enough to see that it's actually simple. I don't know about that one. I'll take my above competent in that one, though. Eye-opening thinking. I think that one's good, too. I think that's good. It's good that that's high. Aggressive sensations that generate large movements with strong force. What are you, my proctologist? The shrewdness of having multiple functions in one object. Excuse me. That's not the way it's supposed to go. Every object is supposed to serve only one highly specific function, and then you group them together into more modular. Because it's called. There's a simple thing. There's cohesion and coupling. You want high cohesion but low coupling. That sounds right to me. I'm not. You can just put pictures on a screen. That doesn't. Show me the sources, okay? I don't believe this. Honestly, if it's scary, because like a lot of the solutions came from chat for one. So like me without chat is probably like even lower. But I actually feel like when it comes to shapes and an innate understanding of physics, I do believe that I'm in the bottom 10%. Like, I believe that I'm in the bottom 10% of the bell curve. And what'll fuck you up is that some people watching this are probably like, wouldn't be me. I got a 90 in high school physics. My ass got a 90 in high school physics, too. It's just punching numbers into formulas. Like, you'd have to be stupid to get less than a 90. They give you the formulas. My brother in Christ, you made the sandwich. Mad Dog Nation, thank you for the gifted subscriptions, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. They should really... What physics class should be like more like this game. It sends me when you play Polybridge. I have a master's in physics. Well, imagine how much more sent you'd be if you had a bachelor's in engineering. Oh, see, with words, I think, like, I'm honest, I'm not trying to flex. I think I'm, like, up here somewhere, though. I think I'm, like, I'm close to the tippy top, in my personal opinion. It's just that with everything, just like in physics, there has to be a balance, okay? And the balance is, when I was in the womb, the word part of my brain, probably I was 3 years old, and I got complimented by like a teacher or a parent. They were like, wow, you're so good at talking. And my brain was like, you got attention for talking well. Don't worry, you'll never have to build anything ever again in your life. Just read books, talk, read books, talk. And then that one compliment changed the course of my entire life. I will say, I know we've done this before. When I've done, and by the way, I'm so happy my camera is still working, dude. Holy cow. But it's so funny to me. Anytime I've ever done an online IQ test as a 12-year-old, there'll be like numbers, and it'll be like, what's the pattern? And I'm like, well, the pattern is obvious, you know? It goes 1, 4, 9, 16. I'm like, the next one's 25. That's a gimme. It'll be like verisimilitude is to actuary as brevity is to blank. And I'm like, bro, that's easy. Automotive repair technician. Then it'll be like a circle and a ramp, and it'll be like, which way will the ball roll if you drop it? And I'm like, there's no way to tell. There's no way for me to tell without wind. I don't know the wind. I don't know what the ramp's made of. I don't know what the ball's made of. I don't know what kind of substrate we're standing on. It can't be done. It's not possible. Can I say, by the way, I get very, and maybe this is needlessly pedantic, but I get annoyed sometimes. Well, when I was in school, I guess, I would get annoyed when it would be like, what's the pattern? And it would be like 1, 4, 9, 16. Because I'm like, well, the next number logically is 25, but how do I know? Maybe you tell me the next number. I think it's going to be 25, but it's actually 4,096. Then I got to find a fucking new pattern that might be different. I don't know. How am I supposed to know what the pattern is until I see the whole pattern? With only a few data points in the subset, all I know is maybe the pattern is that the first 4 numbers are the square of the ordinal number, but then the 5th number is your birthday, and then the 6th number is the square of the ordinal number again. How am I supposed to know? That's still a pattern. That's by definition not a pattern. It is a pattern. Every 5th number is my birthday. The other 4 are the square of the ordinal number that represents their order. It's not a pattern? Bro, it's a pattern. Just don't step to me just because it's not leopard print that you're used to seeing. I don't know what the implication is there. Maybe that your mom wears a lot of fur coats, I guess. But it hurt, right? That's the important part, is that it hurt. You know what's a good example of that pattern nonsense? 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, LTE, 5G. What were they thinking? 4G is LTE? No. It goes 4G, then LTE. When is Summit 1G gonna change his name to Summit 5G LTE? He probably sees that in chat like every day, right? From me. You're the first person to ever say it. Let's go! Reddit.com/r/brand new sentences. Oh no, my Reddit! What the hell did they do to Sap, man? What did they do? 55 patch nodes, 55 nerfs, 55 buffs, 155. They didn't actually add any microtransactions, I think, so. Reworked Puppy Pack, adding a ton of new pets. The original Puppy Pack had a few issues. Okay. Rebalanced Turtle, Puppy, and custom packs. One of the strongest and less interesting strategies is to pile upgrades onto a team of early tier pets. Tier 1 is supposed to be the tutorial tier that won't dictate the outcome of the entire game, but that's my whole strategy. We decided to make some tier 1 abilities weaker so they became less useful late game. Added 8 new backgrounds, whatever. Okay, listen, I trust you. Fixed egg versus egg not ending in a draw. Finally, some representation. I'm not gonna read like, oh, this is a lot of patch notes, man. But let's, people told me do not play the weekly. Start by playing the puppy pack instead and at least get like some familiarity. By the way, actually, should I bounce here? What the heck is toys? Apparently there's toys in the game as well. Do I need to go, oh, you'll see. Okay, so it's not like I need to start toy mode. Start of battle, if you have a toy, gain +2 health. When did toys show up? This update? No, I mean, okay, listen. By the way, if people are asking, what's the... I'll be like a naive whippersnapper. Also known as all of them. Anyway. Is this loud, by the way? It feels loud. Maybe I'm mistaken. They got a dang tennis ball. Best... I've watched a few passes of Season 3 of Super Auto Pets. Okay, or, sorry, I think you should leave. I will tell you, I think that it's good. I think it's as good as Season 2. Maybe not as good as Season 1. Favorite sketch? I like a lot of them. But I think I really like dog hair. I think it's a great sketch. And it has almost little to do, or almost nothing to do with the fact that the man has hair that looks like a dog. It's entirely the flashback where he's hanging with his friends getting ready for the date. I am well within my rights to kill you right now. I think I found the hair I want to do for my date, too. And then it's the AI-generated image of Bryan Cranston. Cut to, we're talking about this at your bachelor party. I hope I'm not making a mistake with the hair, but Cranston. I'm going on a date. It's good. Oh, man. Anyway. Hello, David. 113 months? I'm running the math. It's scarily close to 10 years. Thank you for the resubscription. It's crazy. I was thinking about it the other day. There's got to be a joke in here. I really need Summit to change his name to Summit 5G LTE. So I can be like, I've been streaming on this website so long, I remember when Summit 5G LTE was Summit 1G. The joke doesn't make any sense yet, because he's so far behind the curve with his naming convention. LTE is not 5G, LTE is 4G. Brother, I don't know what to tell you. LTE is LTE. It goes 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, LTE, 5G. I don't know what's coming next. MTE? Please Google 4G LTE. I bet you'd love that, wouldn't you? Are you kidding? LTE is also called 3.95G and has been marketed as 4G LTE and advanced 4G. This is insanity. It's like the same guy was in charge of naming that. You know, he probably worked at Sony, and he was like, hear me out, guys. I know we went 180, 360, 480, 720p. That was a big one. Then 1080. You know what's coming up next? A mere 180 increase is not going to get people pogged up. The next one, 4K. What's 4K? It's like fucking slightly larger than 1080, right? It's insanity. Then they got that guy working on naming the cell signal strength. We went 1G, 2G, 3G. You know what's coming up next? LTE. What is he talking about? This guy that I made up. What's his deal? Wait till he hears about USB. Honestly, I'm not like a politician, but like, unlike a lot of streamers, so I'm not a politician. However, I think if I was running for president, day one, all phones have the same charger. Sorry, Apple. Sorry, Android. We're going to bring you together and we're going to figure it out. Just get it done. It's the same shit, right? It's just a different hole. Just make the cord fit. EU's already doing that. Thank you. It's the same thing with the, like, what, can't we just make the video travel through USB? Why does it have to travel through HDMI? Everything should just be USB, man. Oh, I'm losing people with that one. They're like, that's okay. So we'll lead us to kings. We can lead us to kings. Remove the 3 nearest friendly perks to summon an 8/8 mole. This shit is crazy, man. End turn increase. They changed the whole damn game. It's Magic the Gathering now. Wingspan moment. Can I tell you, I think Wingspan, it's gotta be like the best reviewed game I've never played in my life. But you know what game goes crazy hard? I'm not sure if you guys are ready for this one. Just give me a second. Hello, you still see me back here? If you've never played this, now I gotta be honest, it's a little bit, you don't want to bring your kids to this one. I'm not sure if you can see. It says a game for ages 4+. This is the It's a Small World board game. It's based on the Disneyland and Disney World ride of the same name, where you get in a boat that goes 1 kilometer an hour and very leisurely sail through the world. And I have to imagine that the ride probably... Oh, no! Okay, you know, I'm going to keep that down here until the stream's over. I have to imagine that It's a Small World, after all, has probably set the record for, like, most revisions of all time. Because there's no... I didn't take the ride in 1959 when it opened, but I imagine that the first It's a Small World ride was fucked up, dude. Nowadays, it's like, by modern standards, it's fairly culturally sensitive. There is a part at the end where there's like a cowboy and a Native American holding hands and dancing, and I'm like, it's a good sentiment, but I'm not sure if it's completely historically accurate. But I have to imagine when they started it in the 1950s, that ride must have been fucked up. Friendly toy broke. Give adjacent friends +3/+3. It's nice to see the Mosasaurus having some representation. I've been really into dinosaurs lately because my daughter's really into dinosaurs. Did you know that the velociraptors in Jurassic Park were really originally supposed to be Deinonychus, but then they decided that the film-going audience wasn't ready to pronounce Deinonychus, so instead they just changed the name to Velociraptor? Mosasaurus isn't a dinosaur. Brother, if it's like a fucking big thing that lived at the same time as the dinosaurs, that's a dinosaur. You can be mad at me for telling the truth if you want, but... What about trees? I'm not gonna get into the semantics of it. You know what I meant, okay? I'm not gonna bog down the stream with all the getting into semiotics or whatever. I will say, a lot of people didn't know this. While I was gone, I was the world's first person to hit level 100 hardcore in Diablo 4. I had a lot of downtime, but it didn't give me the trophy that you get in front of Lilith or whatever, because I didn't have internet access on the cruise. So like I did it, it was like day 1 or whatever when I did it because it was easy. I played a necromancer and I used bone spear mainly, but then I didn't, like I connected before I got on the cruise, but then I hit level 100 and I was like, oh, I want to submit it, but I didn't have any data. So by the time I submitted it after the cruise docked in Vancouver, they'd already had 1,000 people already do it. So I was like, oh, well, you know, and I'm like a people pleaser. I don't want to be like, hey, come on, guys, can you... I don't, like, I have a timestamp picture and everything of like me holding that day's newspaper with Mickey Mouse on the front. It was all good news, too. I noticed that. I remember it because it was very peculiar. You don't often see that in a newspaper. You guys see the TikTok of the... it's a duet. I don't know if you're familiar with what a duet is on TikTok, but it's on TikTok, and it's... the original is a kid with, like, a black and white filter. I say kid, but they're, like, 16. And they're screaming, she's gone! I loved her! Really dramatically. And then on the left, it's like another kid who's like 16 or 17. But he just does a good Mario impression. And he dubs over it and goes, she's a gone. I loved her.
My heart! I loved her!
That's a really good one. I don't know if you saw that one. Did you see the aliens driving the forklift? You see it was uploaded at 6 a.m. Oh, man. He's gone. I loved her. Coming pretty good. You know what? The kids are all right. Well, actually, I think like I don't go on TikTok anymore. It's been a long time. I've talked about my TikTok saga. Basically, I was on the app back in like 2020 because everyone was like, it's a new hotness. I was making TikToks. They were taken off because like the viewership was probably purchased by the Chinese government and just inflated to make the metrics look absolutely enormous. And then Trump was like, I'm going to ban it. And I was like, well, I'm not wasting my time on this thing anymore. I got shit to do. My wife's pregnant. And then he was like, I'm joking. And then like, we're still here, right? Like, so I lost my momentum with it. So I'm not on TikTok that much, but my understanding of TikTok is that mostly it's like teenagers posting like teenage stuff, and it's the adults who are insane. It's the adults who are like grounding their bed with a copper wire that then leads to the outside, so if they get shocked by lightning, they'll get broiled. It's like all social media. I think you're right. I think honestly, I complain on Twitter that like, oh, my whole feed is just like 12-year-old kids from Colombia talking about Across the Spider-Verse. I don't know what happened that Twitter thinks I'm like fucking obsessed with Spider-Man for some reason. I haven't even seen the new one. I saw the last one. It was good. It was probably even great, but like that's what I complain about. But what I really should be complaining about is like the 55-year-old people who are just like completely insane. I'm happy to report, by the way, my wife also watched, I think, all of season 1 of, or season 3 of I Think You Should Leave. She said, I don't get it at all. It's not funny. And then I just quoted it in her face enough. And now she's like, you know what? I watched it again, and it's pretty good. Keep going like this. Like, imagine Greg was your mortal enemy. Ah, Greg, you fucker. Why'd you interrupt my orgy, you fucker? Llama? That makes too much sense. I did. Thank you, by the way. Someone's talking. Oh, motherfucker. Someone's talking about Wild On. I was trying to explain to Kate that, like, I don't think the sketch where the lady pours poison in her boss's mouth is, like, that funny. But the funniest part of so many I Think You Should Leave sketches is the original songs that they make for it. It's so good. Wild on, tonight we'll go wild on, tonight we'll go crazy. I don't even remember what the rest of it is, but it's, yeah, like Friday night, and I mean, it's great. What about Shirt Brother? I don't think Shirt Brother is that funny, but I love it because just the concept of an old man named Shane is just hilarious. I mean, he's old, but his name is Shane. Like, that's hilarious. That's very funny. If you don't see the humor in that, I don't know what to tell you. I do also, I love the idea of meeting a shirt brother. Don't get me wrong. It is going to be wild. Like when we get, I can't wait until we have like, so I'm spiraling in bit into bit here. Most common name for an American boy age 5 to 10 right now has got to be Braxton. I feel like there were like 9 Braxtons I heard about on the ship. I guess I'll be fucking dead when they're old, but like, heard so many people call, they're like, Braxton, there's a baby around. Don't, like, be careful, there's a baby around. And I'm like, where's the baby? And then I realized they're talking about my daughter, and I'm like, what the hell? She's not a baby. She's 2.5 years old. She looks like a baby compared to Braxton. She's not a baby, she's a toddler. There's no babies in here. This is Andy's room. Did you resonate with the talking about your kids sketch? So, I mean, I guess I literally just said this, but it's so often with I think you should leave the central premise is not that funny, but the, like, fringe elements are funny. I don't think that sketch is great, but I just love the, hey, look, guys, the dog's blowing me. And then everybody's like, hey, look, the dog's blowing me too. Or when I was telling Kate when he panics and he's like, hey, everybody, look at this. And he just starts doing this. And then all the guys get in line behind him. And then he's like, break it up, break it up. How about the driving crooner? I feel like I'm like the ultimate hater. That's every year there's like a sketch, or every season, I guess, there's a sketch that everyone goes crazy for that I'm just like, I'm not that into it. This year for me is the driving crooner. I don't know. I'm not saying you're wrong. It's just, I enjoyed it, but it's not the what's the killer app? What do they call it? It's not my favorite short film in Paris Je t'aime. I like the metal wall guy. Well, okay, listen. I might not get the driving crooner, but at least I'm not the guy who likes the Metal Maniac sketch, right, guys? I mean, come on. It's his wall. I know, he built it. I get it. I get it. Which he built. What's the worst sketch? Yeah, the Fred Armisen one is not very good. It pains me because I'm a noted Fred Armisen enjoyer. Even his stand-up, which is not funny, I find hilarious. Just because he's such a weird guy. Fred Armisen one is not great. Ponytail sketch? It's not the best. It's not the best. Honestly, the one that I think is close to the tippy top and is not getting the respect it deserves is and keep in mind, I know nothing about the general way that the show has been received this season because I've been away, is the silent performer. That one is so good. And I never talk. Showtime. I saw someone say, what about the lewd singer? I don't think the sketch is very good, but I think it's very good when he forgets the words and he goes, I'm trying to remember how does it go? What are the words? I remember he fucks the dog and he comes in the dog and then the cum is his dinner.
How do you stop your dog from humping your leg? Pick it up and suck its dick. How can you tell if your dog's gay? If its dick tastes like dog shit.
Car focus group gets me every time. Brother, that's season 1! That's like 8 years ago. That's pre-pandemic, I think you should leave. Before it inexplicably became the most popular show of all time amongst the overeducated millennial class. I love Frankenstein's Chick as a sketch too. If you don't watch it, I think you should leave. It's probably like so annoying that like so many people do talk about it. But it gets me every time, man. What can I say? I think I just slept with Frankenstein's chick. Ah! I don't like crude humor. Isn't it ironic if you don't like crude humor, you probably love the crudes? Is this something? I'm just thinking about it. Is this something that was kind of a miss? Well, this is like I didn't think of any jokes on the cruise. This is why it was so crazy. People were like, I can't wait for the anecdotes today. Meanwhile, in my head, all I've got is, I am badly balding. I have lost my hair. Don't know who I'm tricking, pretending it's still there. I guess that I'll be wearing a hat on my wedding day. I don't suppose it's like the bride, it's like the bride, it's like the bride will stay. But I'm combing it over anyway. But I'm combing it over. You know what I'm talking about? Like, that's all I got, man. That was like a week of me on the can with no internet. What about the buffet goers? It's just the same, I mean, it's the same trip, right? So it's like the same joke every time, but it's not a joke. Like, I just don't understand what's wrong with the people that fill their cup all the way with Coca-Cola and then drink half of it at the fountain, blocking the other dispensers, and then fill the second half up again. You can't possibly be that thirsty. You're walking around with like a 2-liter plastic jug with Mickey Mouse on it and one of those fucking like corrugated plastic straws. I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad, okay? I don't want this to be misconstrued as just trying to make people feel bad. But there were also a lot of times in the morning when like one specific example, I was eating breakfast early because my wife and my baby like to sleep in a little bit. I like to be there when the buffet opens because I'm not doing anything else, right? I'm on vacation. I wish I could sleep more, but I've become like my parents. I just kind of like wake up when I wake up, and then it's like I might as well start doing some stuff. But anyway, so I go to the buffet, and you'll hear like, I guess I'll buy you, sell you, so I get a little buff here, right? I heard, and people, I'm not sure that all these couples are like okay. Why am I running 4 squad? Oh, because I want to get the rat. Because it'll be like 7:50 in the morning, and the couples are like already getting snippy with each other. And I'm like, you're on vacation. Like, at least wait till you got a couple of Mickey bars in you or something like that, right? I remember the wife was sitting down. They were like, I don't know, maybe mid-30s couple. The wife was sitting down with their young kid, and then the dad was like, what do you want to drink? And the wife like sighed and was like, I'll just take a Coke. And I was like, are you fucking crazy? It's like 7:40 in the morning on a Wednesday. Your ass was like, I'm going to take a Coca-Cola? Not even like a Coke Zero or something? Like a water, tea, coffee, juice. Like, I just... Maybe get, yeah, like a Jack and Coke or something like that if you're gonna go wild on. I was thinking, it's so cute, like on the first day of the cruise, you walk around to some of the other rooms and people like decorate their doors. So you'll see some that are like, you know, my high school graduation is this week, woo! You'll see some people that are like, you know, we just got married, or like, it's our first vacation or whatever. But then I was thinking about it when I was at the buffet and I saw this like 70-year-old woman just walking. And then a 70-year-old man came up behind her and grabbed her arm and went, we're sitting outside. You need to listen to me sometimes. And I just thought about how like so many doors I walked by were like, it's our 40th wedding anniversary. Like it's our 55th wedding anniversary. Some situations, I think the door might betray the situation that's going on inside of the room. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe I'm being too judgmental, have been suggested. I think people, they go a little crazy in the buffet sometimes. The people that go the wrong way in the line, too, is just, I mean, be a skilled mammal. And I'm saying I'm too judgmental. I'm saying that for a fact, okay? But if you cut in front of me in the buffet line, or you're trying to go in the 5' to 3' direction when we go in the 3' to 5' direction, your plate better be immaculate. Because the number of adults that went the wrong way through the buffet line, thus causing everybody that's going in line the right way to have to go and like back up so that you can go to the French fries on the other side because you don't like the French fries on the side where you came in. Every single plate was just mac and cheese, chicken nuggets, French fries. I saw a dude at breakfast, and I was losing my mind. We're in the buffet. He's carrying a plate of breakfast food, but he's bumping into people because while he's carrying the plate of breakfast food, he's eating a donut as well while he's still in line. And like trying to maneuver. And I'm like, just wait till you get to the fucking table. Like, I don't care that you're eating a donut. It doesn't bother me, but it's like I don't care if you're texting. But if you're texting and driving, then you should fucking pull over or something, dude. It's crazy. You're just going nuts. You're doing way too much. Kids also running full speed with plates of food. I mean, I'm biased, but like, when a kid makes a lapse in judgment, I'm like, they're 7. Like, what am I gonna do? Be like, you know, that's what they're kids for. They gotta learn. It's when like a 55-year-old dude wearing like a Miami Heat NBA Finals 2023 shirt. Ooh, does he know? Is coming the wrong way through the buffet because he's like, my station had steak fries and I only want like shoestring fries instead. That's when I start to get a little judgmental. I'm like, bro, you had like 17 years before I even stepped foot on this planet to get your shit together. And you're out here still fucking it up. And you're on vacation. You got no excuse. You can't be like, oh, sorry, I was stressed. Your ass has been watching the Golden Mickeys. It's the greatest show on the 7 seas. Lumberjack show was pretty fire, though, dude. Anyone ever been to the Lumberjack? I asked that already. Anyone ever been to the Lumberjack show in Ketchikan, Alaska? Can somebody look this up for me? I went to the Great Lumberjack show. It was an hour. I was laughing so hard, by the way. So Goofy came out. We're supposed to watch some dudes with chainsaws, like cut through logs really fast and then chop stuff down with an axe. Goofy came out and said, before we get started, we need every kid in the audience to come down for a little activity. And then I swear to you, the dude just said, start doing jumping jacks. And some of the kids were doing jumping jacks. Some of the kids were like, what the hell? They had him doing jumping jacks for like 20 seconds. And he was like, oh, all right, now push-ups. These little kids, they've been on the cruise just eating chicken nuggets and mac and cheese and freebasing soda for 6 days straight. He's like, give me some push-ups. Up next, give me some sit-ups. And I'm watching like the cheeks get so rosy and stuff like that. It was so good. Nobody else thought it was as funny as me. Anyway. Can somebody look up, though, has anyone ever been killed at one of those lumberjack shows? Because, like, they're like 30 feet away from you or something like that. Like, they're not close, but they're swinging those axes like, tung, tung. You could, like, one could slip out or, like, they could just throw it when they just have a bad day or something like that. Have there been any accidents at the Great Lumberjack Show? I didn't like when they were like chopping and then the backswing was facing the audience. When they went around for the other cut and they were chopping, I was like, there's no way he's just going to heave the like blade side in here. Disney would kill every witness on the cruise before that story got out. I agree. But also, there was a part of me that was like, because I don't want to blow up their spot, but we were in line for the restaurant, and then 2 dudes in lumberjack uniforms came and stood behind us, because it was like a long line. They came out of the lumberjack show and like got in line for lunch behind us, and they started talking about how they were like so hungover, and they like stayed out really late last night, but it was a lot of fun, which is fine. The show was great, but my ass was definitely thinking about it when they started swinging those axes. Like, maybe today's the day, man. So there's been no accidents? This doesn't seem right to me. I'm sure there's been an accident. Not with the chainsaw. I get the chainsaw stopped spinning, but they had like just axes. I know they're not real lumberjacks. But they're real. Well, I mean, they don't work in the logging industry, but apparently they competed in collegiate timber sports, which I didn't know was a thing. A teacher died in 2002 at a lumberjack show in Juneau. Thank you. That's all I wanted to know, okay? Because I was running the numbers. I think I'm not great at reasoning, but I think I'm good at estimating. So I was doing, you know what? They're doing 8 shows a day times 30 years this thing's been available. Surely somebody's been hit by like an errant axe handle or something like that. The teacher who died was performing as a lumberjack. I guess it is more dangerous to be like the lumberjack than to be in the audience. But that's not how it felt. Why are you acting like Chibli? Why is your face shaved like... Chat quick, what's the guy from Avatar The Last Airbender? Baby Gronk? I heard he got rizzed up by Livy. Is that correct? That's a child you're talking about? I don't really know what it means. I've been trying to parse it. I've been trying to piece it together. I now know who Baby Gronk is. I don't know who Livy is. I thought Riz was when you tried to like pick somebody up. That Riz is charisma. So if someone gets rizzed up, Livy is an LSU gymnast who was on the cover of Sports Illustrated. I thought, didn't they write like the Odyssey? Livy? What does it mean to rizz up someone? So she charisma him. She rizzed him up, bro. Chad is just jealous. I wasn't there. Baby Gronk is like just a really funny series of words, though. There's no doubt about that. Don't call him a drip king. It's weird. Now I'm lost. Isn't being a drip king just... I'm not begging the question. I'm being serious with you. Isn't that just dressing well? Yes. Oh, okay. That's not the guy who claimed he wasn't on steroids, even though he was on steroids, and now his new bit is telling everybody he's on steroids? That's the Liver King. What does the Liver King have to do with Baby Gronk? Nothing? What the hell? I don't get it, man! It's like talking to my grandparents. You know what's messed up? I mean, Dan and I were kind of talking about this during Counter-Strike. But if you're like 22 and you know all this shit, you're actually wasting your life. And I say that with no disrespect. You're in like your mental and physical peak right now. Go fucking like do something before it's too late. Don't get mired in the minutia of this aspartame culture. Okay, it doesn't actually have any merit. It's ephemeral. You won't even 5 years from now you're gonna be like, I don't even know what Baby Gronk is. You're gonna start saying things like, I can't eat that, it goes straight to my hips. Hey, Ghost Pepper, thanks for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. Spend your time, take advantage of the youth that is so fleeting. Go try something. I don't know. Well, try what? You figure it out. If you're so smart that you know what Baby Gronk is. It takes 1 minute to learn the terms. It's not learning them, brother. It's forgetting them. That's the part that really stings. That's the trouble with the curve. I've never seen it. Your ass will call your grandkid by, like, your childhood dog's name by accident. And you'll be like, what's taking up that space in my brain? Oh, yeah. Baby Gronk got rizzed up by Livy. Is it you? Is it Livy? It keeps getting twisted up in my head. It's a short form of Olivia. It's 1 letter shorter. Like, you got 2 V's in there. I guess you don't want to take L-I-V-Y. That's already taken back in, like, the days of ancient Rome. Or whatever. We're gonna get 10, I think, here. Have you ever been to Kitchener? Oh, no. I'm having, like, a moment here. Is Kitchener in the zeitgeist because of Blackberry? You gonna ask me to tell you my favorite stories about Kitchener-Waterloo? I've been there. Jamal Murray's from there? I know more about Jamal Murray than I should for someone who's never seen basketball. But again, the Twitter For You algorithm thinks that I love Spider-Verse and basketball, which is fine. I keep clicking on the tweets. Anyway, I have been to Kitchener-Waterloo. Because, wait, I'm losing it. Have I been to Kitchener? Yeah, I've been to Kitchener-Waterloo. Am I crazy? See, this is what I'm talking about. You put that Baby Gronk shit in my head. Now I can't remember where Malf went to university. I think he went to Waterloo. For some reason in my head, I was like, he went to Guelph. But he didn't go to Guelph. We went to Guelph for Hillside, which Malf loves. Malf went to Waterloo. Then I was like, he didn't go to Waterloo. He went to Laurier. And then I was like, if Malf heard me say that, he would go like this. He went to Waterloo for sure. Stop telling me that Livy raised up Baby Gronk because it's pushing stuff out of my head, man. Yeah, I knew Malf went there. Malf could tell you a lot about Kitchener-Waterloo if you love the movie Blackberry. Jim Balsillie is from there. It's funny because he's bald and some of his actions, I'm sure, are quite silly. I don't know, I haven't seen the movie, but I lived through the company. But I honestly don't really remember what happened with Blackberry. All I remember for sure, this is a great lesson in stock picking and it being fruitless unless you're like a genius or very, very lucky. I took a business class in university where we invested fake money in the stock market. And our business professor was like, for example, if you're thinking about buying individual stocks, let me suggest something like Blackberry. Everybody uses one. Like this, the worst due diligence of all time. This, like, it can't possibly go anywhere. It's the future. It's the present. Everyone's going to use one forever. And it doesn't matter what the multiple is. You just buy it, man. It's not going anywhere. And then it must have been like, I mean, it's still around, but I'm pretty sure that the stock price is not where it was in like 2009. She should have just bought the whole market with the rest of us. Then we all would have been down like 45% when the great financial crisis hit. Have you tried the Peloton yet? Yeah, I think I've done like 700 and something rides. Just give me a second here while we lose this one. Let me check here. Loading it up. Go into my profile. Oh, hang on. I have some following requests. Samuel Rose. I'll accept that one. We won, by the way. Holy cow. 712 cycling runs. Cycling workouts. 712. Now, let me tell you. Let me look at some of these. See what else we got. 94 stretching. I used to do stretches after the rides for a while. 54 strength. I've been doing... I'm not on the cruise, obviously, but 2 times 3. I've been doing 7 strength workouts a week. It wasn't 1 times 7 for the record. It was because in a week I do 8, and then in B week I do 6. So it was 6 plus 8 divided by 2, okay? It's way harder than 7 times 1. We got 45 yoga workouts and 2 running workouts. How do you feel about that? You ever done the Matty Giacomo Hamilton run? Hard to run with so many tears in your eyes. Take one of those. Don't take one of those. I don't advocate violence. Stop trying to gaslight me into saying I advocate violence. So you won't defend your country? Honestly, it's one of those things I thought about. But like... I'm pretty sure I would just leave. If I could, at least. I think, like, if Canada got invaded by, like, another country, I'd probably just be like, I'm gone. I like my country pretty well. It's got some problems. It's got some good stuff. But I like being, like, alive more, for sure. I'd probably fight, but I've got no wife and kids. Well, what the hell are you fighting for then? If anything, I think I'd be fighting to like protect my way of life for like my family. And my ass is still gone. If I had no wife and kids, I wouldn't have been there to begin with. Would you go to LSU to... No, I would not go to LSU to rizz up anybody. I'm a married man. Malf went to Waterloo. Malf went to Waterloo. Malf went to Waterloo. Got it. Malf went to Waterloo. I'm just... You know how, like, after you experience a traumatic event, apparently, like, if you play Tetris for 10 minutes or something like that, it reduces the trauma that you experience. I know it sounds crazy, but I feel like that's what I'm doing with this Baby Gronk stuff. Every time someone says Baby Gronk, I just have to like picture like a memory from earlier in my life so that I don't let the Baby Gronk stuff in at the expense of my earlier memory. Sounds like Big Tetris talking. That could be a good sketch. Like getting into a car accident, and then they're like, "Are you okay?" And the guy's like, "I can't talk right now. I can't talk. So what are you doing?" And they're like, "What are you doing? Are you okay? Do you have a concussion?" "No, I gotta go download Tetris from the App Store, like immediately." Oh, that one's not Tetris. That one's Block King. But I needed Tetris. Yeah, Block King is like Tetris, but it's 99 cents, but there's no ads. And listen. I'm telling you, you could do that. You could make it work. Holy cow, it scared me.
Can I tell you something funny?
Okay, here we go. I'm ready.
When I dropped our daughter off this morning, she was crying.
Oh,
she was
no.
like, "Oh, mommy, don't go. I miss you. No." And she was like crying really loud, right? And then I was like, "Oh, it's okay. It's gonna be fine." And then I think because she was like crying and all tensed up.
Oh no.
She blasted the biggest fart of all time. She's like, "Mommy, don't go." And then I was like, "Oh man," she just like farted real loud. And then the daycare lady was right next to her. And then I was like, I'm like, "It's okay, mommy's here." At the same time, it got real stinky.
Oh no.
So I was like, do I say it's not me, it's her? Or does she know? And then
That would be good. You're like, "It's not me. My kid farted. That's my kid."
So I was like, man, I don't know what to say because I don't, like, she's upset. I don't want to be like, "Hey, first of all, it's not me farting. Second of all, it's okay, you don't have to cry." And then I got like real awkward. I was like, "It's okay, mommy will pick you up." And I got out.
Hey.
That was the funny story of the day.
Does feel good though to be like, this is like the first day in like 10 days where we're not on toddler duty like 100% of the day.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Is it good?
Watch
Does
this.
it feel good?
Shit.
Have you talked about?
Fuck
like
you.
that?
I'm not saying it to my kid. I'm saying I can't say swear words around my kid, but now I can say whatever I want.
Have you talked all the bits that we went through?
I told him there were like no bits. I told him the bit was the table of 8 next to us that kept ordering iced tea and then pouring their own sugar packets in it.
Yeah, but we had a good bits. We were making our season 5s of I Think You Should Leave.
I told them we were going like that all the time. Yeah.
Did you tell them that I forgot to leave the t-shirt out so you slept naked?
No.
Oh.
I think that's not that atypical. I think like the average person, the average man probably sleeps mostly naked. If I had to guess what
No way.
If I had to guess what the average man's sleeping setup looked like, I think it's just underwear.
What?
I'm the unusual one. I'm t-shirt underwear, which I think is still.
Just wear PJs, you crazies.
I'm a man. I'm not gonna wear pajamas.
Oh, nobody wears
Like it's
pajamas?
like it's Halloween or something. What's next?
Like
A
a
button-up
Halloween?
shirt, long pants, and a nice stocking cap in case in the middle of the night I hear a clatter and arise to see what was the matter.
I feel like I had this conversation before.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I was like, this is crazy how many men wears PJ or no PJ. And I think they said majority actually do not wear PJ. And I said, you guys are monsters?
It just doesn't seem like it's like necessary to have pajamas, you know?
I think it was like during the Jackbox. I'm getting flashbacks. Deja vu. Do 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 do. Yo, by the way, sold.
Hey.
I
Okay.
did have to go 50% off though.
Okay,
and
that's
then
fine.
as soon as I go 50% off, sold. Let's go. Woo.
Can finally get rid of this bar cart.
Sold.
So to answer your question, yes, I rode the Peloton this morning. That's all I'm trying to say here. Holy cow. Did it kind of suck? Yeah, it wasn't great. I think the output was like probably just over 1,000 in 90 minutes. Hang on, chat. I'm going to need you to do some mental arithmetic here, okay? Okay, you ready for this one? It's 363 plus 330. So that's 693 plus 316. Stone cold. That wasn't on purpose, I promise. It's 900 plus 109. Is it 1,009? It's 1,009. A little bit under the average for 90 minutes, but considering we were coming back from being away, I'm not going to cry about it. Baby Gronk would beat you for sure. I don't think so. I think probably I would have. I mean, Baby Gronk, I don't know like his kinematics or whatever, but he's like 10 years old, right? I just don't feel like he has the right kind of like levers to compete with a grown man like me on the Peloton. I think you're right. I think I would wash that fraud. He gets 5 touchdowns a game. It's just, I'm telling you, there's no chance. If I played football against 10-year-olds, I bet I would get like 100 touchdowns a game. And I'll tell you, I'm not playing wide receiver or tight end because I don't want some little kid messing up the throw. I'm playing quarterback, and as soon as I get the snap, I'm just running it long. That's it. You know how many 10-year-olds it would take to knock me over in pads? If they could even... I mean, listen, I'm just going to be straight with you. There's probably 2 10-year-olds in every 5th grade class that could even catch me. So, already, we're looking pretty good. And then I think they would both have to hit me at the same time, quite frankly. I think I would dominate. Baby Gronk toast me. Baby Gronk doesn't even stand a chance. Hello, Chibli, by the way. Hello. It's no shot. They should make a football league where grown men play against children. Like, what about, like, I forgot South Park already did it. It's so embarrassing in the modern day when you realize you stole a joke from South Park. Let's just pretend I invented it. It's better this way. But what if you had, like, the team that won the Iowa State Championships for, like, Little League football go up against the Kansas City Chiefs? That'd be crazy, man. We got ants outside of our house. I went to Home Depot. I bought a product called Ant Be Gone. Doesn't get any simpler than that, okay? Took it home. Apparently, the way that it works, ants are allergic to peanut butter. I didn't know that. But they love the smell. I guess it's like the same way like humans are allergic to alcohol, but we can't stop drinking it. You puncture the holes on the side of the trap. You put it around like in your yard where you got the ants. They go in. And by the way, I'm glad ants can't feel emotion, I think. Because can you imagine being the ant that goes like... and then grabs the peanut butter and brings it back to the colony, and the whole fucking colony dies? The queen's dying, like all your friends are like, what was in that? And then you're like, no! What have I done? I can't even imagine what kind of anguish that would be like for that ant, man. That would... I would be eating the peanut butter myself after I brought it back in that case. But then it doesn't matter. Everyone's like, oh, this is so sad. It's not sad because we checked on the ant traps and they built like a colony around the ant trap. They're going crazy for the damn peanut butter, dude. It's like we basically gave them like a high calorie convenient food source. So now instead of like 1 anthill, we got 3 anthills. And then the traps are full of, like, living and dead ants. It's disgusting. Are ants that bad? Kate doesn't like them, for one. And also, like, we're paying a lot of money to live here. So, like, fuck them. If they did some shit in the garden or something, that'd be different. But they're just... I don't like being outside, and then you're like, ooh, ants. They destroy stuff, too? I didn't know that. They destroyed my mother? What is she talking about? I haven't texted my mom in a couple days. You gotta get taro liquid bait. All right. That's what when I made that tweet, that was like, these guys know that I don't belong in the Home Depot. That's why I thought I was a genius just walking down the aisle that had said poison and then buying a product that said ant be gone. That's why I need like one old guy who looks like my dad inside of the Home Depot to just be like, you know, yep, you'd think. Oh, ants? No, if you want to get rid of termites, you get ant be gone. You want to get rid of ants, you need taro liquid poison. It's got a beetle on the bottle. No, I think they just suggested a better option.
Yeah, it was like,
Because it did not work.
I was like, what the heck? They made a whole colony everywhere.
Like, there's got to be taro's #1, really? This is like common knowledge. Little did I know, man. Little did I know. Taro liquid killer is good. I live in like a very environmentally friendly city. If I use this in my yard, is the city gonna find out and send the secret police to my house and kill me? It'll burn a hole in your yard. Oh no. Unironically, no. Let's go! Let's go! Use diatomaceous earth. PC load letter? The fuck does that mean? Diatomaceous earth? It works. Wait, what is it though? Do I get it? Do I buy it at Home Depot? My dad's a beekeeper. It works. Where do you get it from? It dries out the ground. Listen, motherfucker, where do you buy it? I'm already sold. I'll give you my credit card if you just tell me where I can get it. Home Depot and Canadian Tire have it? Okay, thank you, thank you. Diatomaceous, they should call it Ant Be Gone. Ant Be Gone definitely had a marketing buff. I'm ass at Super Auto Pets now. Anyway, okay, slash marker. Yeah, guys, it kills ants. And a lot of other stuff, too. Spiders are chill? Nah, man. They won't kill bees? That's a good thing, right? I'm completely fine with us having bees. That's where my insect hatred ends. Spiders kill all the other insects. So right now, we have spiders and the other insects. But here's the thing. I don't want to have spiders either. I know that people say like they kill the insects you don't want to have. But here's the thing is like I don't want a spider either. Why? I'm not like scared of spiders, but they're like weird. I don't like when I'm like walking around and then there's like a spider close to me. I'm like, get out of here. We pay a lot of money to live in this place. Do some stuff, I don't know. But pollinate, you try pollinating? I wouldn't be a huge fan of the bees, but they do great work. So I respect the bees. Anyway, Kate, are you ready to stream? I'll send them over to you. I'll send you over there. Maybe she saw some stuff I didn't see. Enjoy yourself. I'll see you tomorrow. Later.
You're the whole cruise. We were actually talking about Daniel being on the CSGO stream and how it's like him and his wife went to Italy for a week. And then he's like, man, like it's the library uploaded the video on his YouTube channel and the comment section was so good.
What are we doing?
I'm kind of with you. I had this like mini epiphany. We went overseas to see my brother-in-law, and it was like everyone in Italy was like happy. Everyone. Doesn't matter what job. Everyone was happy.
Any Italians in chat that we can confirm there's no depression in Italy? Can I get a Snopes on this?
All the food was like made with like 3 ingredients each, and it tastes the best thing that you ever ate in your life. Someone in chat said Italy has its own set of problems. Just let me have that one, chat. Can I have that one? Can I have it?
Oh,
you know?
Man. That's how it
Like
feels on vacation, though, for sure.
It's like, basically, Daniel was like, we went to Italy, and everyone in Italy were so happy. Like, I'm not even kidding. Everyone was so happy. Even people in the restaurant, they were happy. Even the people working at the restaurant, they're happy. You know, everyone was happy. I love Italy. I want to go to Italy more. And then the top comment section, or the top comment in the comment section, at least when I watched it, it said, our government is so corrupted. I'm just so happy that we have running water. And I was like, bro, that is so good. The person who actually lives in Italy goes like, I'm just thankful that we have running water because our government is so corrupted. The person who visits the country goes like, wow, everyone's so happy here. Italian people, oh, they're so happy, dude. AKA American goes like, oh man, everyone anywhere, they're so happy. That's so good. Happiest country on earth. And then I like how Daniel's like, Chad, stop it, don't ruin it for me, don't ruin it for me. Everyone in Italy, they were so happy, I'm telling you. And it's like, it's so good. That's my favorite bit so far. And I kept, like, once a day, out of nowhere, out of blue, I would just like chuckle like a little creep. And then I'm like, I'm sorry, if I'm just chuckle out of nowhere, it's not that I'm laughing at you, it's just that it's just, somehow I'm keep reminded with Daniel keeps saying like everyone in Italy is so happy, including the people who are working. Just, it gotta be the funniest thing ever. And then the comment section going like, I'm just thankful that we have running water. Like, oh my god. I think it's because like it's coming from Daniel as well. Like everyone in other countries are miserable except Italy. It's just the happiest country. No worries. Like, everyone's just so happy. Oh, also Sir Toasty, congratulations on hitting 23. Age 23! Pog! That's, I was 23 when... Well, actually, I got married when I was 22. So you're already late. You're already one year late compared to me. I remember when I was in 20s, I think I was like 21 or something, and the origin was like being a freaking ass in my chat. They're like, you suck, kid, you suck. And I'm like, who is this origin angel? Get out of here. Why are you in my chat? And then I was like, how old are you? And then he's like, I'm 16. I'm like, motherfucker, you're 16, I'm 21. I feel like Origin is forever 16 because of that. I'm like, I was like 21 or something, and then he was 16 years old. And I'm like, motherfucker, you're 16? You freaking, like, baby? You little baby? He was mod back then, too. And then he was like, haha, you cannot ban me because I'm a mod. Haha, you suck. And I was like, you know what, Origin, you gotta stop. If you're not gonna stop, then I'm gonna unmod you, I'm gonna ban your ass. And he's like, I'm not gonna stop. Hee 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 ha 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 ha. And I was like, I unmod him and I banned his ass. But I don't know why I unbanned him. I don't know how I unbanned him. Because I banned him like 4 times. But during that time, there was no unban requests. So I don't know how I unbanned him. Because he was like, oh my gosh. He was a backseat monster. That's not how you're supposed to do it, you suck. You're supposed to use the cure in turn 2 in order to defeat the boss. Oh my gosh, you suck. It's like, what was it? During Danganronpa, it's like, oh, you suck. Shut up, Origin, oh my gosh. And then, like, every time whenever I played Necrodancer, Crypt of Necrodancer, I'll be like, oh fuck, I'm keep dying. And the Origin was like, oh my god, you're supposed to kill the shopkeeper and then get the crown of greed. Oh, you suck. And I was like, oh my god, you're fucking banned. Ban 0 and user? No, I'm telling you, this is before when Twitch had integrated this system. I banned Origin 4 times. I bet maybe I timed them out. Maybe there was no ban at that time. But I might have like timed them out for like 1,000 minutes or something. Maybe like 100 minutes, maybe more than 100 minutes. I don't know. Either way, I don't know if there was banned back then. It was like 10 years ago. I've been banned once as a joke and timed out twice. Yeah, but timed out for eternity! Because this origin in your mind does not exist. So I'm just reenacting the truth. Every time I play Necrodancer, you are like, you suck, Kate. Haha. I'm so much better than you. Haha. Oh, I hate you. Love Sword Art Online. Oh my god, such a trash tier anime. It's so shit. Why can you explain why he would do this when it's like this? Such a trash. I only said that I'm so much better than you, and it's true I am. Look at him! Look at him, everybody! Look at him! He's doing the funny dance! Look at him! I think you're thinking of Origin's brother. I'm telling you, Watanabe, if you were a little bit older, and if you lived in the same era as us,
she is the opposite of
then
sucks. I think
you
all of you
will
suck.
you
Except
will
Kate,
know.
who, as I mentioned before, doesn't suck.
Oh, thank you, David. Thank you very much for 61 months. Holy moly. Thank you, thank you. Time for ban number 5. He always goes like, I'm not being ass. I'm just telling you the truth. That's what's so much freaking worse. He's like, oh, I'm not trying to be toxic. I'm just telling you the truth. It's like, you motherfucker, what? I can legally fucking kill you. He's like, oh, I'm not making shit up. I'm just telling you the truth. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. I do not backseat. You have not backseated for like few years. But there were times that you like technically not backseat, but more like front seating, and I wanted to like knuckle your face. You never backseated, but you have front seated. You were like trying to drive the wheel, and I'm like, motherfucker, get out of here.
Took my bike to the lake, brought my shovel, brought my rake, took my boy to the swing, let him swing, let them ring. Bought my friends Italian beef, make them fart and make them queef. Abraham Lincoln was governor here. Only a steel man can be enough. You know what I'm talking about? Sufjan Stevens?